Hello, and welcome to another episode of Couch Coaches, the show that loves to talk about the Warriors and just rugby league in general because we just love the great game. I'm your host, John Lazaron, coming to you all the way from South Africa. That's why you probably see daylight, and you'll see my co-host, Richard, the bandwagon conductor lady in darkness in the background. I'm in South Africa. I still wanted to make this happen because there's a lot been going on, so making the time to do this before head up to do some touristy stuff. Richard, honestly, really was hoping to come into the show to say, what a game, what a way to send off SJ, AFB and Jazz as well. But to be honest, even though we lost, the whole game has just been overshadowed by that whole Stephen Crichton incident where shoulder to head to Roger, two of us a check, and he lands on the ground all wobbly. It doesn't get sent off, doesn't get sin bin, sorry. And now that not only did it overshadow the big occasion of SJ's farewell for his last game at home, but now it's the big talk of rugby league world. It's everywhere. What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, my thoughts are the same as I think 100% of other people. I'm sure if you ask Stephen Crichton himself, he'd admit that he was he's surprised he didn't get sent off. It's just unbelievable, that, well, what's the bunker there for if they can't see that? It's clear as day, shoulder to the head. Commentators couldn't believe it. I was sort of watching with a mate. We were both just like, okay, cool, yeah, it's 10 in the bin. At least, we've probably seen people got almost been sent off, like actually full send off for that sort of thing. I don't know if you saw the game on Thursday night, the Manly Tigers game. Great game. Good to see the Tigers getting up. But yeah, there was two sort of similar incidents. No, there's no hesitation. Both send offs for Manly. So how that could happen, and then the next night it sort of let that one away. It's unbelievable, but as you said, it sort of overshadowed the occasion, put a dampener on it all. I don't know if we would have been better in the second half if that hadn't happened, but it certainly didn't help after Pompey was already, down and out. Yeah. So it just sort of feels like deja vu again the whole game, like just things not going our way. Another half where we, second half didn't score. We got. I think I read somewhere it's the fourth time this season we've gone up 12-0 and then lost. So it's just been one of those seasons. I'm loving the NRL in general, but I'm quite looking forward to just the Warriors being over for the season because my heart can't take it anymore. It's been through a roller coaster this year.
Yeah, there's a few cardiacs incidents happening with amongst Warriors fans at the moment. But I saw it. To be honest with you, in real time. Watching it live, I actually didn't really see anything because from the camera angle, it just looked like a normal tackle. Watching it, in live pace, and then when Roger got up wobbled, I thought he just tripped over himself. But then when they showed the replay, in slow motion, that's when you see it. It's like, oh, fuck, I totally missed it when I totally missed it live. But for the life of me, I just don't understand how that could not be a sin bin. Like. Yes, I'm a Warriors fan, and every Warriors fan will be out there saying this, but pretty much nearly every NRL fan, probably maybe not the doggies because they will just try and find any excuse to say no, he was right, he was all good, there's nothing wrong with that. But I just don't understand. It doesn't make sense. Like when the referee came up to Mitch Barnett and said, "Oh, there's a high level of mitigating factors there," I couldn't believe it. I honestly just couldn't believe it. It was just like, what the heck, mitigating factors. He does slightly duck his head a little bit, but most players do when they run into a tackle. It's not that they just stand upright and running in. And I just couldn't believe it that he wasn't taken off because we lose Roger for the whole game, and Crichton gets to stay on. We're down a player. We don't even get to activate the 18th player.
That's the thing. The thing that really frustrated me is the fact that. If it had been sent off, would have been, we would have been able to activate that 18th man, but we couldn't. And it's just, I'm not sure who it was on the day, but it just kind of, it just had to happen to the Warriors as well. Or it would happen to the Warriors or the Tigers, to be honest.
Yeah.
and they've come out and said sorry. And I don't know if you saw there's a meme going around just today. You might not have seen it. It's been in South Africa, but it's like a scene from South Park, and it's just this. I think it was when BP spilled all the oil, I think it was in the Gulf of New Mexico. And there's just the CEO going, "I'm sorry, we're sorry, we're sorry," and it's like and the tagline's just Annesley every Monday to the Warriors, and it sort of felt a bit like that. There's been a few moments this year where I felt we've been hard done by.
Yeah, I felt it as well. Yep. In the apology, I watched Graham Annesley's far out. My tongue twisted too early in the morning here in South Africa. But yeah, but I was watching it and I was just like, "What, are you kidding me?" Like, he does acknowledge that it was the wrong call, but he doesn't go. He just says it's just a judgment call. Like, it was like, "Oh, it's okay. It was just a mistake." I know humans, but humans, we all make mistakes, but that was just ridiculous. And it kind of makes you think, kind of makes you come back to the whole Warriors, that sort of conspiracy where all the NRL refs are against the Warriors, but it's a conspiracy, and I've never really thought about it too much. But after last season, when the One New Zealand CEO came out and said some stuff, which was fair, things changed, and it hasn't changed for us. But this season, the whole officiating across the board has been pretty bad in every game, pretty much, and I'm glad now that they're taking action. The NRL actually coming out have said they're taking action. They're going to have a big review about everything, because I think they realise now that not only have the players and coaches had enough, the fans are starting to get really frustrated, and you can't do that. You can't lose your fan base, but fans are getting frustrated, and that's why they need something to change. And hopefully, what would you suggest? I personally would suggest having just one or two people in the bunker. That's it. 2 specialized bunker or 3 bunker refs. That's it, and not just rotate all the time. Just have so the calls are consistent. But because they rotate officials all the time, everyone has their difference of opinions, and that's why you're going to get difference of opinions on every game, on incidents. You look at the Dylan Walker incident.
Yeah, so you just look at that game. Who looks at that incident and says, that's not a. I'd say that if you talked before about the mitigating factor. I'd say the mitigating factor is that means he wouldn't be sent off. But that's a yellow. 10. Every day of the week. And twice on Sunday, as they say. So, it's sort of. Right. And back to your point about having the 3 specialists. I get where you're coming from there, but I don't know whether it's probably just not possible. To book out 3 people's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sundays. For it's a long season.
I'm sure I'm sure someone will do it. I'm sure someone will put their hand up if they wanted to. But I just don't see how it works. It's not working. The system's not working now. It's flawed. And everyone can agree on that. It's a flawed system right now, and they've got to figure out a way to do it because the calls are bad. You go back a few weeks ago to Dylan Walker where he just stood there. The guy fell into him, and he was sin-bin for it. You remember that? And how the heck is that a sin-bin? And then Stephen Crichton's shoulder to head is not. I watched some other podcasts. You look at Dennis Kemp from the locker room. He put it really well about how this is really poor from the NRL, the officiating. How they just stuffed up a legend, Sean Johnson's farewell and stuff, and we went on for for quite a bit, but every point he made was really correct. So if you have a chance, go check out the locker room and what he had to say there. But also I saw the Levels podcast where Justin Horror and Willie Mason they were disagreeing with each other. Willie Mason was saying that what Stephen Crichton got to do, he had nowhere to go. I was just like, Willie played the game. He played the NRL level and stuff. But that was absurd that he didn't think there was a yellow card. And then Justin Horror was thinking, no, it was. So Willie Mason was a Bulldogs player as well, so I don't know.
Willie Mason, a Bulldogs player. B, probably the biggest scrub to play in the last 30 years.
Yeah, agree.
And C, he loves views for his podcast. So he's just doing that. He's doing that for the engagement, he's doing that for a few likes, a few comments, just to and he knows that the Waz fans won't hold back. So I mean, I think Willie Mason's probably the only person in the NRL community who thinks that wasn't like, you know, you talk about, you know, these sort of all these other podcasts, you know, there was all the commentators and all that, and all the sort of some of those NRL greats, you know, who are part of those panels were just like, how, you know, so it'll be one that's talked about. Fortunately, it's come at a time when, you know, our season was over, and you know, so we're not going to be like, oh, you know, what if? I think we've, you know, our what ifs have been, you know, well before that game. But yeah, as you say, it kind of ruined the spectacle of Shaun Johnson's finale. And it was a shame that the boys couldn't then, I don't know, pick themselves up and at least score a couple of points in the second half. I had a wee multi on. I think it was Warriors plus 15.5 or something. They, you know, lost it on that final try there, and it was just like, come on, boys, you're better than that, you know. I gave a lot of breathing room, and they couldn't even bloody cover that big line. So, yeah, real problems.
It was a difficult watch. It was a difficult watch, especially when they started so well. I mean, if there's any good things to take out of it, Metcalf was awesome. I thought he was, you know, running at the line. His, you know, with the hand, you know, in the 1-2 pumps as well, to, you know, to draw the defender in. And it gives me hope for next season. Put it that way. And it gives me hope for next season. But yeah, they just fell apart again after, you know, scoring 2 tries. Let them come back in, and I know that when the Roger incident happened, we were winning by 2. We were ahead by 2 points. But I mean, I don't. You know, if you were to ask me, you know, do you think that was a game changer? I don't know, to be honest. If Roger was still there, because we weren't playing the greatest defensively towards the end, so I don't know.
No.
But it was a crucial moment. I can't really say. Yeah.
I generally don't think we would have. Yeah, I think we just weren't. It wasn't our day. We've struggled on the wet this year, and you know, we obviously started bucketing down. So it's 2 weeks in a row with the sort of wets let us down, and then so a shame, but we'll just kind of we'll go from there, see what happens this week, and then hopefully we'll just be able to sort of put those sort of heart murmurs away for the rest of the season and enjoy a couple of weeks of what's shaping to be some interesting finals footy, I reckon.
No, it was disappointing. I was really hoping, like, it was an awesome farewell for, you know, when Shaun Johnson came on the field and all the you know, everyone was lining up for him and coming out with tears. Shaun Johnson coming out with tears. It was a moment, and I just think that for me it's just so disappointing. Not just the game in itself, but this disappointing that it was overshadowed by that one hit, and it's now the talk of the town. You know, as we said before, but yeah, it's just frustrating. It's hard to get words when this is happening all the time, isn't it?
Yeah, and on Johnson, you know, it was obviously his last game at home. There's big hype about it, but it was kind of a shame we couldn't see a moment of, you know, he dropped the ball his first time the first time it came to him, and he just, I think he was a bit overcome by the situation. But it would have been nice to see some Johnson magic, you know, a try in there, or even just like a little, you know, going through running through the line and, you know, putting a wee step on, but wasn't to be.
Yeah, nah. I mean, I am looking forward to this weekend's game. I don't even know if I get to watch it. I'm trying to figure out how to watch it here in South Africa, to be honest. But it's going to be, you know, you know, another sad sort of outing for him. I hope he does better, because, like you said, he wasn't the greatest in this last game at home. So I hope he does better in this one. But going on to that game, I mean, seeing Tuapiki there at the back, and Chance has gone to centre. So finally Webster's made that decision, probably because Roger's not there. But me personally, I think
it's because he's been listening to our podcast, John. He's listening to, you know, you sing your praise on Tuapiki every week and saying, you know, you just got to give him a chance, find a spot for him. So, yeah, no, I'm happy to see him. Yeah,
Tuapiki's my boy, so, like, you know, I'm glad he's there. But I'm hoping that this is just like a little, like, he's not just experimenting because Roger's out, but I'm hoping he's saying, okay, look, something's going to change. Like Chance, I'm a fan of Chance, but he hasn't been that great this season. We have to admit that he hasn't been the great. He's great for getting the ball in and, you know, carving up meters and stuff, but all the other elements of a fullback, it hasn't been the greatest. I mean, I'm just being honest, and he just hasn't had the greatest season. He's a great player, just hasn't had the greatest season. And I think Tuapiki deserves a spot, has a chance there. and if Chance has a shot at centre and see how he goes, maybe that's the way forward. I'm hoping it's a great game, and then Webster goes, okay, now I'm seeing something here. Chance maybe is better slotted into centres and Tuapiki at the back. Roger can stay on the wing. That's how I would do it. That's personally how I would do it.
Yeah,
if I was to pick a team. Yeah.
A lot of Warriors fan pages seem to be saying similar along those lines, or that especially with Roger on the wing, it's with when we've got all our centres fit. You got Berry, you got Leatua, you got Rockabiri. Sorry, I've already said him, haven't I? Eden Pompey. Yeah, so preseason next year is going to be pretty good, eh? Looking forward to that.
Yeah. We're looking forward to it. Honestly, it's just. Yeah.
Did you have any? Did you have any Waliums for last week? Just before I forget.
Okay. Yep. I would say honestly, I'll give 3 to Luke Metcalf. 3. I just thought, for me, he was just a big standout for me. Kurt Capewell, I think he's just gotten better and better every game. There's an awesome try he scored. The second try of the game that we scored there. Also, pick another one, isn't it? It's hard to pick someone else. I was just for the game's sake, I'll give it to Sean Johnson. Give him 1 point. Yeah.
Sean Johnson 1 point. Nice.
Don't think I'm hitting on the points tally, but yeah.
Yeah. No, I got my boy AFB with 3 points. I thought he was. Gosh, we're gonna miss him. He's really come right at the end of the season. I thought he was great. I got Who did I get 2 to? I got Chance 2. I thought he had a pretty good game. Couple of little errors, but everyone did. And also Kate Bell gets 1 for me. I thought, he's really the second half of the season post Origin, he's been great. So hopefully he can build on that form. Now that he hopefully he kind of found his place in the Waz team in that 11 jersey or 12 jersey, whichever he plays. I think 12.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. I think pretty much Fanua Blake's probably going to take this out. The Wally ends, isn't it? From what I'm saying, I haven't been counting the points you have, but just from memory, I'm thinking he's probably right up there, right too far ahead.
Yeah, it's between him and Barnett, so there's a lot on the line for the two of them this week.
Yeah,
that's for sure. So I won't disclose the. We'll do a big presentation next week and do a tag whoever wins it in there, and hopefully get some engagement. Willie Mason will be proud of us.
Yep. I'll make sure as well that I've got I'm sitting next to the Wi-Fi next time. Hopefully, I don't know if you can hear my son in the background. I don't know if you can hear him in the background. I've got the earphones on, so hopefully
having a good time.
You can just hear me. Yeah. Oh, you can hear him?
Few little noises. Yeah. Just sounds like he's agreeing with what you're saying about Sean Johnson. But he's going to miss Sean Johnson. I reckon.
Yeah. Nah. Well. Yeah. It's just that the officiating. It just frustrates me. The officiating just really, really frustrates me, and I'm really hoping, like you just said before, they're going to crack down on it all and stuff, because it just marred a special occasion. I know we just keep repeating that, but it's just how frustrating it is, and the season, and on top of that, how frustrating the Warriors season has been. But moving on. Let's talk about the game, because there is a possibility that I might not even see it, because I'm going to try and figure out how they can watch it from South Africa, but. Tuapiki back, as mentioned before. I think that's the only change, isn't it? It's Tuapiki. And I think that's the only change. You might have to check it out for me, because I haven't got my computer in front of me. Just got my phone. He's the only change, I think. Yeah.
From memory, just trying to think who's playing in the second row. Barnett's back to. Yeah, I think Barnett's back to front row.
Yep.
We got Tuapiki, Dallin, Chance, Leatua. So Leatua comes in. Marcelo, Metcalf, Johnson, Fanua Blake, Egan, Mitch Barnett, Nukore, Capewell, and Walker. And then Lasik, Ale, Jazz, and Sivakula. on the bench. So yeah, no, pretty much it's the same. I would have liked to have seen. I don't know, why not give some of these young guys a run, but I suppose still the Sharks are still playing for something, and we want to, it'd be great to get a win because what is there, about 4 losses on the trot now. We're good to get one last one for SJ, Eden obviously going to the Sharks. SJ obviously had some time at the Sharks, but probably wasn't his most memorable part of his career. And then Jazz, we're not sure where he's going yet. You got any hot takes? Any mail on where Jazz might be heading?
Nah, I don't actually. I don't. Obviously, there's been rumors about him leaving, and he's already found a club. I mean, I heard that. Okay, the one rumor I did hear was Manly. That Manly may be picking him up. That's the one rumor I heard, but again, it's just a rumor, so I wouldn't have a clue if that's the case. But I wouldn't be surprised if you hear him pop up in maybe Manly or Parramatta, as they're doing a bit of a sweep through their roster there. So wouldn't be surprised if he shows up in one of those 2 clubs. But good on him. I mean, I know he wanted to stay a Warrior, but if he's not wanted, fair enough. Go find something else. I reckon he's still got the goods as well. So yeah, it'll be good.
It's gonna be like it's going to be an Eli Katoa or Isaiah Papali situation, where he goes to another club and just absolutely takes off. And we'll just sit here. And, even Josh Curran this year, he's been playing pretty good. But I've got a feeling that he'll do all right wherever he goes. So good on you, Jazz. Did you see him the other day also joking around about how they should have named the bench after him because he spent half his time,
that's right.
This is Sean Johnson Stadium. Seems like a real good bloke. So I wish him all the best.
I think that's where he'll go to one of those 2 clubs, Manly or Parramatta. But I heard also that Leo Thompson from the Newcastle Knights, Kiwis front rower. Apparently, there's some rumours circulating about him coming to the Warriors, and I think that would be an awesome move. I mean, I know we've got a lot of front rowers and etc. stuff, but imagine Barnett, James Fisher-Harris, and then having Leo Thompson come off the bench. How awesome would that be? I reckon, for me, that's my personal opinion. I think he would be great for the team. I reckon he would fit right in pretty easily as well. Apparently, he's a bit disgruntled at Newcastle, so yeah.
Yeah, I just worry if that happened that we might lose some of these young guys, that we're putting the work in to sort of be the future of the club. I'm not sure how old Leo Thompson is, but I'm sure he's a little bit older than the likes of sort of Ale and Tipakula and Halasima. So I'm just hoping to see these young guys kind of get some more time next year. And really book their spots in the 17. But on the Sharks this week, I just said before, obviously there's a lot on the line. Sean Johnson was a Shark once upon a time. Are you giving the boys a chance?
I always give the Warriors a chance, as you know, but I'm not holding my breath. I actually thought that we could. I actually thought that even though I was a bit I had my doubts of these Bulldogs, I thought we could really do it. The Sharks haven't been doing that bad lately, and I always, as you know, if you've been listening throughout this whole season, I've been saying they're pretenders, and I still think they are. But I just think that the Warriors they're just all over the place. The tech's not working. I thought for just a brief moment that things had changed. When we started out, with the hiss and the roar, at the start of the game, and then it just fell apart from there, and it's just we just can't seem to hold a game for 80 minutes together. We can't seem to hold a game for 80 minutes. And if we do, it's a rare thing. And that's just all I want to see from the Sharks game, to be honest, bro, is I just want to see the Warriors play a consistent game. We're not going to make the finals. Even if we lose, I just want to see them play a consistent game where they're not ahead. They're 12 points ahead, and they just drop their defense, and everything just changes. Or they take, they're down their end, and they can't execute. I just want to see them just do well in defense as well. So I'd rather see that, and hopefully we'll get a little bit of a blueprint of maybe next year of how things go. I actually personally think Nuakure should be in the front row rather than on the edge there. I don't think he's made a big impact on the edge. I think I'd rather see him in the front row. I know, like again, we talked about having so many front rowers, but having him in the front row and just using him as a battering ram for me would be better. And also having like Halasima or something like that on the edge. He's showed a couple of times what they can do on the edge. So that's what I would prefer. But that's the couch coming couch coach coming out of me. So what would you prefer to see in this game? Like not just a win, but what would you prefer to see? What are you looking for?
Oh, but more. Just I don't know, close to an 80-minute performance. I don't know if we've seen any this year. You know, like we've started well, or and then we've gone off in the second half, and then calmed down the second half, or we've gone down by 12, 18 points and sort of clawed our way back, only to lose by 2. Or winning a tight game. It's something that we've done very little of this season. So it'd be cool if we could keep in it and actually get a win for the boys. Cool to see. Hopefully Sean Johnson can get a try. I had my Sean Johnson and Jazz little same game multi last week. Didn't come through, but I might put that on again because just love that feel good stuff. But I don't know. A win would be nice, but I'm not holding my breath. That's for sure. Same here. Yeah, same here. It's just been a disappointing season, especially when the start of it was so much promise. The way we started off the season, and even when we lost the game, we lost to the games like the Storm. When we lost just literally in the last seconds of the game, we lost the game, but the promise of the way we played was still there. And I just don't understand how it just the standard of footy just dropped big time, and we just couldn't do it. And I know that we've been on it seems like every decision seems to go against us, but you can't always use that as an excuse either, can you? Because drop balls, missed tackles, they've been happening in our game, and it's just been a hard season to watch. That's what I'm going to say. It's just been a hard watch this season. I know. You've been very frustrated. I know you've been telling me offline, how frustrated you are. Been a hard season, man. But I mean, we've been here before. With what is it now? 30 years. We've been here before. We've still no wooden spoon, so touch wood, but we won't pick that up for another few years yet. It's amazing how you can go from last year where we were in the top 4 to just sort of let ourselves down this season. But injuries haven't helped. Few officiating decisions haven't helped, but the team just looks a little bit disjointed. So, really, what can you say? I'm just looking for, as I said before, I'm just looking forward to the Warriors season being over, and I can just stop stressing out about it, and I can just enjoy watching some good finals footy because, Storm are looking pretty good, Panthers looking pretty good, Bulldogs who played last week, they're putting themselves up as an outsider. The Roosters put the Titans to the sword, so they keep the Roosters keep smashing these shit teams. But it'll be interesting to see how they do once because I don't think they've beaten the top 6 team this season. A team that's in top 6 all season, so they've just smash these small teams or less good teams. But what do you do?
I personally can't see the Storm losing. I think Storm's going to take this out, to be honest.
Really?
Especially when I think the Storm's going to take it. I don't think there's anyone close. I think Penrith will probably be the closest one, but even they're not doing the greatest. They haven't been the Penrith that we've seen the last 3 years. They've been good, but they haven't been the Penrith that we've seen the last 3 seasons where they've won it. But who knows? They're that good of a team that can just pop out on any day and just do it. But I think Storm will take it.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't saying that 2 weeks ago when Nathan Player was there. I know he's a big part of that team, but they were, they obviously lost to the Raiders in the weekend, which is no one saw that one coming. Safe to say. But I do think that before that game, I think Jerome Lula had been doing a good job steering that team. So hopefully the next couple of weeks he can sort of get back into the swing of things, and then Clary's spent it back to the finals. We saw last time he came back, he went straight into winning the game in Golden Point for the for the Dolphins. I think the next game played against the Dragons and scored a hat trick. So he's still definitely got it. It's just a matter of whether he can stay fit or not. But no, I wouldn't be throwing all my eggs in the Storm basket. I agree they're playing all right, but they haven't been. I don't feel like they've been that good this year. I mean, they are minor premiers, but they've had their moments. And all it takes is an injury as well. And there's some injury-prone guys in that team. So yeah.
All right. Well, mate. Sure. I mean, obviously, because just for everyone who's out there listening, we decided to do this. Even though I'm in South Africa, we decided to do this. We found a time where it worked for both of us because we wanted to talk about this last game and how it overshadowed SJ's farewell from Go Media Stadium, etc. But so sorry if it's been a bit all over the place today's show, but we just wanted to get this out there, and I think what we'll do is we'll just wrap it up with the tips for now. We'll keep it a short one today, and then maybe next week, or maybe when I get back to New Zealand, in about a week and a half. So we'll go and do a overall review of the season from there, a proper review of the season. But do you want to take us through the games, mate, that's coming up this weekend?
Sure thing, man. Let's do a quick recap of last week. The Tigers beat Manly. Neither of us got that. Bulldogs beat the Warriors. You got that. I ended up jumping off at last minute. Broncos got a win. We both got that. Raiders beat the Panthers. Neither of us got that. Storm, we both got it. Knights, we both got it. Roosters, we both got it. And the Sharks beat the Dragons Dragons, yeah. So we both got 6. So if you're going to chase me down, John, it's going to take a miracle now because I've still got my 6-point lead with 2 rounds to go. But strange things happen. So Thursday night, Cowboys Storm and up in North Queensland. Townsville. Who you got?
Storm. Yeah, Storm.
Yeah.
No questions asked. Storm. Yeah.
Storm.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Sorry, you just paused. You just paused a bit there, so I'm not sure what happened, but we got you. Both. Yeah. Both on the Storm. Bulldogs Seagulls in Sydney. Bulldogs home game.
Just because I'm annoyed with the doggies, I'm going to go Seagulls.
Oh, fair enough. Bulldogs haven't lost a home all season, so I'm going to go with them.
Yep.
Panthers, Rabbitohs. You're off the Panthers wagon?
No. Panthers still.
Same here. Eels, Dragons.
Dragons.
Yeah, they do keep the season alive. I think there's about 4 teams that can still make their 8th spot. So there's some big games this week. I think that's one of them. Bulldogs, Seagulls, a big one. I think Cowboys are all good. Dolphins, Broncos up next. Both those teams can make it. So whoever loses is out, is gone.
Yeah.
Dolphins home game, but at Suns Court.
It's a hard one. I actually think the Broncos will beat the Dolphins. I hope not, but I actually think that's what's going to happen.
I'll go the Dolphins. I think they've definitely dwindled off a bit towards the end of the season. But the Broncos you just can't pick at the moment. They've been pretty bad on the whole, but a couple of wins recently have kept them in it. So Sharks wise, one more time for the faithful.
Yeah, one more for the faithful. I think I'm just do it. Warriors.
I always go Sharks just to be different. Nothing about me thinking the Warriors are going to lose again. They've lost 4 in a row already. Or maybe 3 in a row. Knights, Titans.
That's a hard one, actually. I'm just going to say Titans.
I'll go Knights. They're at home. And they, I think, can still make it, but I could be wrong there. Roosters, Raiders, to final game of the season. Raiders need a win to keep the season alive. Roosters, as I said before, been pretty good against the non-top 4 teams this year.
Yeah, I'll say Roosters as well. Even though they'll be losing, they'll old Big Jared there after copying a ban after just coming back from one. So I don't know what goes through his head, to be honest. He's a Kiwi. He's in the Kiwi enforcer, but I still don't understand what goes through. He must be he's a coach killer, isn't he? He's a coach killer, honestly, just the way he plays sometimes. I know that he's there to be aggressive, etc., but I just don't understand sometimes what he does. Yeah, just understand it. Yeah. Love the guy, but just don't understand.
The guy's played over 300 games. How? You think about the amount of suspensions he's had over the years. How many games would he have played? He must have played, if he hadn't got suspensions, he must have played like 400 games, eh?
That's a really good point. That's a really good point. He's played 300 games, but the amount of suspensions he's had in his whole career, surely, that's a good point. That's a good point.
It must be at least like 40 games he's missed, You think about all the suspensions he's had. That's it. And someone's having a bye. I haven't written it down. Can't think of who we didn't talk about, but maybe. Yeah, another good round to look forward to. Plenty on the line for a lot of teams. So, good luck to you if your team is still alive. We talked last week about second teams. John, are you still sticking with the Panthers?
I mean, I would like to see them do it, but I just don't see them doing it. That's what I'm trying to say. I'd like to see the Panthers do it, but I just think the Storm will come home with it in the end. I think they're the only two teams that can really do it, in my opinion. Even though the Panthers lost to Penrith, Penrith lost to Raiders, and I still think that the Panthers and the Storm are the only teams that could take out this competition. To be honest, in my opinion. But so thanks everyone for listening in. Obviously, if you're listening to this one, it's been a bit rushed. It was all last minute, but we decided to do this. We didn't think we were going to do this, right? Me being in South Africa, but we've decided to do this just because we just didn't want to lose the opportunity to talk about last weekend's game. But thanks for listening in. Again, just giving you a heads up. We're not sure if we will have an episode next week. Just depends on whether I can do it again here because I'll be in South Africa next week still. Otherwise, we'll do it the week after when I get back, and we'll do a season review because the Warriors season will be over by then because we've got a bye for the last game. But I guess the only thing I can look forward to right now is the All Blacks playing the Springboks. They were actually on the plane. The All Blacks were on the plane with us as we flew into Johannesburg. I had a feeling they would be, so that was good. I mean, some of them came up to me and said hi because I obviously some people they don't know. I used to work for the Hurricanes, so I know some of the players there. So some of them, Geordie Barrett came over and said hi to me and my wife and stuff. So that was all good.
Nice.
So that's the only thing I got looking forward to this week in terms of sports is the Springboks and All Blacks. But so thanks everyone for listening in.
No Leon McDonald, no?
No, didn't see him on the plane. Didn't see him on the plane. Just saw Scott Robertson. That's the only coach I saw, to be honest. But But no, thanks everyone for listening in. Again, fair enough. Apologies for the rushed episode and stuff. Normally we're a bit more better in planning stuff, but like I said, we just wanted to get something out there. So thanks for tuning in. We'll let you all know if we do something next week or we'll do something the week after. But for now, have a good one. Saying goodbye from South Africa.
Choo choo. Bye.